Hello everybody and welcome to today's lecture on Advanced Encryption Standard, also called as AES. To begin with, we will see a short history of AES, how was it invented. Then we will study the basic structure of AES. We will see the different transformation functions which are performed in AES, and finally we will see the key expansion process. Now AES is a symmetric key block cipher. Because it is symmetric key, automatically the same key is going to be used for encryption as well as decryption, and as it is a block cipher, encryption is going to be performed on a group or a bunch of bits. This AES algorithm was published by NIST in December 2001. The reason for invention of AES is because they wanted to replace the already existing triple DES as it was very prone to cryptanalysis. Now AES is a cipher that is going to perform encryption and decryption on a data block of 128 bits. So in the data block we have 128 bits of plain text. We are going to convert it into 128 bit of cipher text, and the number of rounds that are going to be helping us in converting this plain text into cipher text can be either 10 rounds, 12 rounds or 14 rounds. Depending upon the number of rounds, we can have different number of keys. So the key size can be either 128, 192 or 256. This is the general design of the AES encryption cipher. In case of AES encryption, what we have is 128-bit plain text. We will send it as an input for pre-round transformation, after which there are going to be n number of rounds. So rounds can be either 10 or 12 or 14, and after these rounds finish, then the result that we get is going to be a 128-bit ciphertext. So key size is going to depend upon the number of rounds. If we are going for 10 rounds, so that means if we have K0 to K9, then our key size is going to be of 128 bits. If we have 12 rounds, then our key size is going to be of 192 bits, and if we have 14 rounds, then our key size is going to be of 256 bits. Before understanding the transformations that take place in AES, we will look at the data units which are going to be used in AES. So in AES, we always talk about bytes. What is the meaning of byte? Byte is a collection of 8 bits. So it is a string of 8 bits B0 to B7. Then we have word. So when we collect 4 bytes together, B0, B1, B2, B3, when we collect 4 bytes together, what we get is a word. Okay, then we have block. So in any block we are going to have B0 to B15 uh, bytes. So every block is going to contain 16 bytes, and these 16 bytes are going to be arranged in the form of a state. So S00, S10, S20, S30 up to S33, each of these values represent the bytes. So B0 is equal to S00, B1 is equal to S10, B2 is equal to S20, and so on. If you are told to convert a block into state or a state into block, then the process is like so. You will be given a block from B0 to B15 and you will be told to convert it into a state. So when you convert it into state, like I've just told you, simply substitute the value which is present at this location as the first state. Then the second state, that is S10, is going to be B1. Then S20 state is going to be B2. S30 state is going to be B3, and so on until you reach the last byte, which is B15, right? So in this way we are going to convert our block into state. For example, if you are given a text like so if suppose this is the text that is given to you and you are told to convert it into state, so the first thing that you will do is you will find the corresponding hexadecimal value of every character starting from 00. So A is 00, B is 01, C is 02, and so on up till Z. Remember that the values are going to be in hexadecimal format, and once you get the values in hexadecimal format, then you can easily arrange them in the form of a state. So these four values are going to become the first column, then the next four values are going to become the next column, then the next four values will become the third column, and the last four values here are going to become your last column. So this is how you have converted your text from characters into a state, and each state value is going to be again an hexadecimal number. For every round, we are going to be performing four operations. First operation is called as sub bytes. Second operation is called as shift row. Third operation is called as mix column. And the last operation is called as add round key. So these are the four types of transformations that we are going to study in AES: substitution, permutation, mixing, and key adding. Let's talk about the first transformation, which is sub byte. So sub byte is used at the encryption side. What we do is we take our sub byte, that is our input, and then we try to find the corresponding output byte for it with the help of a table. So as an example, suppose this is the input state given to you. It contains value AB to the base 16. Base 16 because this is an hexadecimal value. So whatever input you have, if it is AB to the base 16, look into a lookup table called as a subbyte table, and look at the 8th row and the bth column of that table. See, again, this input here is suppose AB to the base 16. So what you will do is you will take these two values A and B, go to the 8th row and the bth column, and whatever value is present at the intersection of A and B, that value is going to become your new value after substitution. This is the way you are going to perform substitution for each of the state in this 16 values given to you. So you have this 4 by 4 matrix in which you are going to get each value substituted with the help of these subbyte table. The subbyte transformation table can be seen on your screen now. So as an example, suppose if my AB value here, suppose if my AB was 52, okay, so AB to the base 16 is 52. I will refer the subbyte transformation table. 52 corresponds to 5th row and second column. So the value here is given as 0, 0. That means after substitution, 52 is going to be replaced with value 0, 0. In this way, I can work for every entry of my input state table. This is the same table which is continued. This table is going to be used when we are going to perform AES decryption process. It is called as the inverse subbytes transformation table. As an example, now this is the value that is given to you in the input state 0, 0, 0, 4, 1, 2, 1, 4 up to 1, 9, and once you are asked to find the substitution of each of these values, you can refer the previous table which is just now shown to you, and after finding 0, 0, that means 0th row, 0th column, entry at that point is going to give you value 63. Then for state 0, 4, find the 0th row, 4th column, entry at that point is going to be F2, and so on. So in this way we are going to perform or transform our input state into some new substitution output state. After performing the subbytes operation, the next operation is called as shift row. So in case of shift row, the first row is not going to be shifted. The second row is going to be shifted once. The third row is going to be shifted by 2 bytes, and the last row is going to be shifted by 3 bytes. Okay, so as an example, now suppose this is the state given to you: 63 C9 FE30 is the first row. So like I said, the first row is not shifted, hence in the output the row will stay as it is. The second row is shifted once, so this F2 is shifted at the first location, as you can see here, followed by 63, followed by 26, and the first F2 here goes to the last position. Similarly, the next row is going to be shifted twice, and the last row is going to be shifted thrice. So this is the shift row operation. Then we have a mix byte operation. So it is best explained with this example. Now after shifting, this is the result that you have. This is the state table that you have. So what you will do is you will take every corresponding column of this state and then multiply it with a constant matrix. The result that you get is going to be the output of your mixed column state. So now suppose this is the first column. Take the first column, multiply it with this constant matrix, and the result that you get is going to be your first column here. Then the second column and the third and the fourth is going to be multiplied one by one with this constant matrix, and it will result in these new columns of the output state. For example, if suppose this is the state that is given to you and you are supposed to perform mixed column operation, then the first column, that is 63, F2, 7D, D4. These columns are going, this column is going to be multiplied with the constant matrix, and the result that you get is going to be 62, CF, 0C, 99. The last process is the addition of per round key. It is also called as add round key stage. In this, one column is going to be added with the keyword. So now each column here is going to be added with the keyword column, and the result that you get is the output of add round key transformation stage. So as an example, we have already seen this is the substitution byte stage where we have to substitute each entry here with the corresponding x and y values from this lookup table. For shifting rows, remember that the first row is not shifted, the second row is shifted once, the third row is shifted twice, left shifted twice, and the last row is left shifted thrice. For mixed column, every column is going to be multiplied with this standard matrix, and this is the result that we are going to get. So this is an example again of mixed column. And finally, in add round key, every column of this state is going to be XORed with this add round key value or per round key value that we have with us. That's all about AES algorithm. Hope this was helpful. See you in my next video. Thank you for watching.